Welcome, my friends. I did some things to the microphone, the audio. So let me know if it's still bad. A couple of people have said a few things, so let me know, and I'll try to finagle with it again if this isn't good. I have a few videos that I'm working on, some bigger ones, the Leviathan and Behemoth from the Bible, but I'd like to share this one first. Madame Blavatsky's works, I've been doing a lot of reading and listening to audiobooks, and I found her works to be very beneficial in me comprehending not only the Bible, a lot of Bible passages that didn't make sense, but Sophia and a lot of the hidden or quote-unquote lost Gospels. Helena Petrovna Blavatskaya, or often known as Madame Blavatsky, is a Russian philosopher and author who co-founded the Theosophical Society in 1875, along with Mr. William Q. Judge, which I'm going to speak about as well. She gained an international following as the leading theoretician of Theosophy, the esoteric movement known by the slogan, "There is no religion higher than truth." In the teaching of Theosophy, Miss Blavatsky and Mr. Judge describe a human being as consisting of 7 principles divided into a higher triad and a lower quaternary. These 7 parts of our nature are the divine, the spiritual, the intellectual, the passional, the vital, the astral, and the physical parts. The first comprise the higher triad, as they last forever, while the lower 4 last a lifetime and are new in each incarnation that we have. The information that I'm going to be sharing with you comes from Theosophy Generally Stated by William Judge, The Ocean of Theosophy by William Judge, The Secret Doctrine of Helena Blavatsky, and I think a little bit of Isis Unveiled, I think. But I'll have in the description box the links from which I gained the information. First, we'll speak about the everlasting, the higher triad. 1. The Atma or the Atman. The Atma, the highest level, is the universal consciousness which creates, maintains, and builds the universe with assistance of each individual manas. The universal consciousness is often referred to as God, the All, a Sanskrit word that means self, a ray of the absolute, not individual. It's omnipresent, a universal one, contains the cognizer, the thing cognized, and the cognition, all 3 in itself, and all 3 one, contains everything, the one universal principle or consciousness. 2. The Buddhi. The Buddhi, within the Atma or the All or consciousness, an individual piece of the universal consciousness is formed into an individual spirit or soul, which is capable of distinguishing that thing from every other thing. Individualization. It's from the root word bud, to be awake, to understand, to know. A feminine Sanskrit noun derived from the same root as the masculine form of Buddha, so you get Buddhi. It refers to the intellect, the faculty of discrimination, called the spiritual soul, or the monad, the one unit. 3. The manas. The manas sounds like manna from heaven, huh? The manas, the human mind, is the storehouse for the individual emotions, experiences, knowledge, and memory of one's existence as a separate entity. The acquired level of memory, emotions, experience, and instincts of each individual soul is acquired in the development of each individual buddhi or manas, the mind from the root word man, or to think. It is the higher ego, or better pronounced ego, or echo, my higher echo. Individuality, self-awareness, the human soul. It adds to Atma buddhi something of itself, assimilating itself to the monad that reincarnates in a body, life after life after life. Note the three parts of the soul, the manas, the buddhi, and the Atma, together known in general terms as the monad, a combination of three things, also referred to as the ahimkara. It is what reincarnates, what is called the soul. The next four are known as the lower quaternary. Number 4, kama. Kama, which literally means desire in Sanskrit, is the desire principle of the human being when in physical incarnation. It's the source and the center of his desires, its passions, lust, and sensual nature, and sometimes referred to as the animal soul or the animal part of the soul, because it's more animalistic and beastly part of us. During human life, this principle is called kama. After the lifetime has come to an end, the kama principle forms itself into kamarupa, which literally means desire form. 5, prana. Prana is life force, vitality, will, if you will, or energy which keeps the physical body alive. It's the life principle, breath of life in each individual. A person remains in physical incarnation for as long as prana, or vitality life force, remains active within them. As soon as prana departs and ceases to flow, the physical body has no other option than to die, since it's the force of prana which keeps it going. It's like life will, or will for life. 6, linga sharira. And this is what's known as the astral body. It's the subtle, unseen doppelganger, double of the dense physical body. It is the form, the mold, or the blueprint upon and around which the dense physical body is built. It comes into existence before the physical body, and it only fully fades out and dies when the very last remaining particle of the deceased physical body disappears and disintegrates, excepting the skeleton. Your astral body can also be thought of as the vital body or the energy body of the human being, because it's the vehicle through which prana, the third principle, it shouldn't even be in their third principle. Now that I come to think of it, that is correct. The vehicle through which prana, which is the third principle or part, flows to the physical body. Our two bodies that we have are connected with one another throughout each lifetime by a sort of an unseen umbilical cord, if you will. And that's why you've heard people call it the silver thread or the silver cord. And the last, it says 1, it should say 7, but I think that's how I got mixed up. I did them backwards, forwards. It doesn't matter which way that you have one there. But the seventh, is Sthula Sharira. Sthula Sharira is the Sanskrit name for the dense physical body. It is not in strict truth a principle in itself, but it's simply the vehicle of all the other principles during physical incarnation. It's described as being the child of Linga Sharira, its mother, by conception of Prana, its father. It's our outer shell and really nothing more. Although I think that it is actually a principle, and I think that the Atma is the one that you can't count as the principle, and I'll show you why. Now this was an excerpt from Theosophy Generally Stated from William Quan Judge in 1890. And he claims that Atma, or Atman, that spirit, the one principle, the indivisible, invisible one, is the one that's really not a spirit. Is a spirit, but it's a principle, but it's not to be classified in the six. He says that Atma, spirit, one principle, indivisible, and the vehicles for Atma are the Buddhi, the Manas, the Kamarupa, the Linga Sharira, the Prana, Jiva, or the Rupa. So God consciousness, or the all, is the Atma, and it just uses the spiritual soul, the human soul, the animal soul, the astral body, the vitality or the will to keep going, and the physical body as its vehicle. 6 parts, and the seventh is within all, or joins all together, or is all. If you look at a cube has 4 sides. It has a top and a bottom. So it has, just like the sevenfold human, or the 7 principles of a man, it has 6 principal parts, and I'm going to show you where the 7th lies. If you take a cube, and you open it up, we end up with a cross. In that unfolded cube, 4 parts make the vertical beam that's going up and going down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 parts make up the horizontal beam going across, 1, 2, 3. 4 plus 3 is 7, but that cube only has 6 parts to it, or 6 principles. So the 6-sided cube has 1 extra part or principle that's within both the 3rd and the 4th, combining the parts into a whole. It's invisible, just like that of the Atma. See, even though there's only 6 pieces there, you count that middle piece, that cross piece, the piece that's right at the crossbar, you count it twice. And not only is it invisible, you can't see it, but you do count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 across. It brings the vertical and the horizontal together. That's right there where they meet. So I suggest that, like I said, the 6-sided cube, that extra invisible, all-encompassing part, is that of Atma, or Atman. I wanted to share this part with you as well. Mr. Judge also explains that the astral body, the astral double, your doppelganger, is the mediator between mind and matter. And people use the phrase, mind over matter. But the only way that mind has any control, influence, and effect over the matter of the physical body is via the astral body, upon and around which the physical is built. Really helps out with, we don't fight with flesh and bone, we fight with principalities in high places. All is mental, it's all within us. If you'd like me to do more videos on Madame Blavatsky's and William Judge's books, teachings, give the video a thumbs up, please. Share with your friends and family, and let me know in the comments section. Mass love, strength, peace, healing, and light. Love you all. Love yourselves and love each other.